All right, guys, good morning. It's early morning here. I just had a delivery of rye for cover crop for this fall. You see there's a pallet there. We had to make small pallets here because of the forks. And it doesn't look like I bent the bucket there, but those are those clamp-on pallet forks, and I was concerned about bending the bucket more than anything, unloading it. And we got 2 pallets in here, so we had to break them down and make them a little bit more liftable, I guess you'd say. So I'm gonna put these away yet, and I'll come back with you. All right, so this isn't a ton of rye seed. Well, actually, it's 2 ton to be more exact. 2 ton of rye seed here. These bags here, and the guy did weigh it out, and I I have no reason not to trust him anyway. I'll just say that he's a pretty good guy, I think. First time I met the guy, but he did a lot of bagging and sold rye to a kind of like a chemical dealer, and he sold seed and stuff. So he's been selling it a long time, and I used to do this too. This used to be what I used to do over at my dad's. I'd harvest the rye and then bag it, and it wasn't the most efficient way that I used to have to do it. I'd have a scale and I'd be weighing out the bushel and a half on an old grain scale. But so here we got a nice start for the cover crops for over the winter. The plan's going to be to put it in the fertilizer spreader. Now that's like a 5 ton, 6 ton spreader. There's a lot of capacity in that, so I'm thinking we can probably dump all these bags in that spreader for the 2 ton, and I'd prefer it that way if I put it all in there, and then I can kind of monitor. The goal is to put like a bushel and a half on some of the ground. I didn't plan for all of it, mainly just the steep parts for erosion control. So yeah, this will work. I'm a little bit wondering if this shed roof's gonna leak. I have to go get a tarp and tarp this stuff, I guess. But anyway, we got to start here. We're gonna put this in and mix it with the radishes. I'll be doing my own mixing. Like I say, I'll just put some in the spreader, put some radishes in, slosh it around, and try to come up with like a custom mix here. So I was glad to find it. Last year, that was my problem. I couldn't find it. I waited too long. I waited till October to start looking, and it was all bought up by then. So in August, it's not bad. And may have a hay customer because he wanted to look at my hay, and might be able to work out a deal hay for rye, because I told I'll be a yearly customer basically. So every year I'll buy some. I would grow some for grain and keep it, but storage is an issue. Getting somebody with a combine's an issue, the whole 9 yards. But anyway, long story short, we got some rye delivered today. I don't think I bent the bucket. No, the one wheel was coming up off the ground for the one pallet. I don't know which one of these is heavier than the others, but anyway, on to the next thing. All right, guys, bear with me, a little out of breath. I got a little bit of a mess to clean up here. It's always the bottom bag that has a hole in it. I restacked all this rye seed in the corner here. We got a pretty good downpour here, and I was glad for it. The row crops and the hay now should be in excellent shape. We're getting a little dry, but we got some rain today for sure. That's good. It was much needed. So you guys remember I had these broke down on 4 pallets so the loader could lift them. And the roof was leaking here, but I did have it tarped, so it's good I put a tarp over everything. The bags didn't get wet, but I decided to put them in a slot here. I'm gonna put a tarp over them because they're gonna be sitting here till after harvest. Was gonna put them up in the barn where the hay is, on pallets up there. Be more out of the way and probably in a better environment. It's a little damp in here at times, but hay sales have picked up now. I got a beef customer, and he's buying hay for his steers, and there's another guy who has a couple beef cows too. So if the horse guys don't want hay, I'll sell it. I don't care who eats it. Just so I get it out of here. So we'll be feeding some beef cows here. So he's hauling with a pickup truck, but I mean, it's every other day he's trying to get 30 bales out of here, so that's good. We're getting the barn down then, so can't put these up there, they'll be in the way. I'm just going to tarp them down here for the time being. I did do a check of the moisture. It's like 14%, so not terrible. Rye's a lot like wheat as far as the moisture, should be down a little bit, but as long as it's not 16 or above, it should be all right. Was going to put it in the fertilizer spreader and store it in there, but I think for the time being, we'll just put it there and throw a tarp over it. I did take one bag, cut it open, and went out with my spinner, and everywhere I put the radishes now, I put some rye on top just to check out the germination and kind of experiment with the seeding rate. What I want to, I'm figuring on like 1.5 bushels maybe, but I don't know if I'm going to have to go higher than that. So anyway, this video will be about the cover crops. This is something I didn't get to do the last couple years. This year we finally get to put cover crops out to try to complete the link for this no-till, get some organic matter and stop some erosion. Every year I want to try to make an improvement one way or another. So this will be the year we're going to cover crop. We'll see how it works. Like I say, I'm not doing everything. If I was going to put 1.5 bushels, 2 bushels on every acre, I'd need a grain bin, or so I'd have to buy it in bulk. The bags weren't going to cut it. So I don't know, this is 80 bushel or so. So we'll see. All right, guys, I'll let you there. It is very humid today, and I'm soaked already from restacking these around, but whatever. I'll come back with you on the next one, and I'll try to keep rolling here.